Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today on Acre by the Creek, we're dealing with early tomato blight. So I started to notice the telltale signs of early blight on my tomato plants a couple of days ago, the concentric rings with some of the different leaves turning colors. So we're gonna go ahead and do a baking soda treatment today to take care of that. One thing that I want to note to you guys is that it is morning here. The sun has not come out in full force yet, so if you're going to be doing this, make sure that you're either doing it early in the morning or later in the evening. You don't want to do it when the full sun is beaming on your plants because you can actually burn your plants that way. So I just wanted to let you guys know that it is morning here. So with all that being said, let's just get into it and get these tomatoes cleaned up before it gets too hot. Now, in case you don't know, the way that your tomato plants get damaged like this is there's fungus and natural things that are occurring in the soil. And when it rains really hard or when you water with the hose and it splashes back, that splashback will hit your leaves and the funguses and things land on there, and then they have a chance to become prolific and then they damage your plants. So first thing that we're gonna do is actually prune off any of the damaged leaves. We wanna get those off. A big thing here, guys, is you don't want to compost these leaves. You want to throw them away or burn them or something of those sorts. You don't want to end up composting them and then reintroducing that fungus and that bacteria into your compost, which will then you'll put into your garden next year, and then it's just kind of a vicious cycle that way. So we want to try to eliminate that as much as we can. But first things first, I'm going to go through and prune up any of the damaged leaves. And in between each cutting, you want to use something like rubbing alcohol on your pruners just so that you're not transferring from plant to plant the disease. We're still living in pandemic times and there is no rubbing alcohol in the stores, and I didn't have any. I do have witch hazel, so I'm going to use that, and hopefully the astringent in that will do the trick. But if you have rubbing alcohol, you should go ahead and try to use that. To be honest with you, I'm not surprised that my determinate tomatoes look worse. They had completely fallen over, as you saw in my summer garden chores video, and obviously a lot of the leaves were then touching the soil. So this side of the determinate tomatoes looks way worse. Honestly, I don't know if the plant will rebound. They probably will, but I don't know. I might end up having some late blight issues. We'll just have to wait and see. But I'm all for trying to save it, so that's why I'm going ahead. I'm pruning all of these dead ones off, and then I'm gonna do the foliar spray just to see if we can get anything to stay healthy and keep producing for us. So I'm just going through and cleaning up any of these leaves that have like any spotty damage. And before I go to a different plant, I do clean my pruners with a washcloth. I'm also just trimming off any leaves that are closer to the bottom because I don't want them to end up getting the same problem. So if I get them away from the bottom, hopefully we can prevent that from happening. I've done quite a good bit of pruning. You can see everything in the aisle is what I've pruned off, and all of my stems are trimmed up until like the first fruit, really. And I did the same even for my determinants, just because losing some flowering portions of the plant and keeping the fruits that I have was more important to me than getting every single flower to become a fruit. See, I was a little bit ruthless in how much I pruned off, but I just want to give these tomato plants the best chance. So taking off all of that damage is worth it to me in the long run. All right, so next we're gonna try to do this a little bit quickly because the sun is coming out, and like I said, you wanna try to get this done before the full heat of the day kicks in. But in my sprayer, I have a gallon of water, or this isn't a gallon of water, but the ratio, what you wanna mix up is a gallon of water, 3 tablespoons, really 1 to 3 tablespoons of baking soda. You can start off lower and then increase as your plants can handle it. I went with 1 tablespoon today because I don't wanna burn my plants, a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then some drops of dish soap. And this is just the mixture that we're gonna go ahead and spray onto the plants. And when we do that, we're gonna spray the tops of the leaves, the bottom sides of the leaves, as well as all of the stems, just to make sure that it's all saturated. And this will help to raise the pH of the surfaces, which the funguses don't like. They want to be in around a 7.0 environment, and when you apply this, it takes it up to about 8.0, and so they can no longer thrive. So that is the magic behind this. You're just simply raising the pH by adding the baking soda. The soap and the oil is to help the mixture cling to the leaves so that it doesn't wash off. So let's just go ahead and do that really quick. And like I said, you're wetting the tops of all of your leaves. You really want to get them nice and soaked so that the solution is really good on there. You can see it's kind of dripping off, and that is what you want. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my stems. And then last, we're gonna do the undersides of the leaves. Hey guys, so I was editing this video today so I could post it on Friday, and I realized I never closed out the video. I was so worried about getting started and making sure that I got all of the spray onto the tomato plants before they burned up in the wicked summer heat that I didn't even thank you for watching. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not yet, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.